and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel. The discovery of a small ant from Asia, officially known as the yellow crazy ant, has caught the attention of Israeli environmental groups. This ant has created quite a lot of damage to the ecological system and has caused a lot of trouble to crops in various parts of the world. Now, experts are fearing it can reach all the way into Israel. The Society for the Protection of Nature in Israel warns that these ants are one of 8 invasive species of flora and fauna. A report titled "The Path to National Ecological Security" will be introduced to the Knesset Interior Environmental Committee and will stress how to cope with invasive species and how specifically the crazy ants can fiercely affect public health. These little ants feast on anything from insects, amphibians, and birds to small mammals. The report suggests developing special tools to control the infestation of invasive species. Alon Rothschild, the SPNI's biodiversity coordinator, states, quote, "This phenomenon, if not dealt with properly and in time, will cause ecological destruction and significant health and economic damage." End quote. In Buenos Aires, Argentina, an Orthodox party has won the election for the leadership of the Amia Jewish Community Center, creating a shift in power in the local Jewish politics. The election showed that the Religious United Front won with 77% of the 6,507 votes, marking it the first time that a religious party received more than 50% of the vote. Amia works as an umbrella organization for Jewish social services, cultural and educational activities. The religious party does not agree with other leadership beliefs in terms of conversion, interfaith marriage, and the Jewish education that Amia supports, such as their policies for the Jewish cemetery and the subsidies to needy Jewish students. Amia has always determined its leader by a democratic vote. The new Amia president will be determined by an assembly of representatives of all parties, with the Orthodox having 70 representatives in the assembly. On Monday, Memorial Day, dozens came together in the Zichron Meir cemetery to honor often forgotten fallen ultra-Orthodox soldiers at the grave of Private Yitzhak Levenstein. The ceremony was disrupted, though, when ultra-Orthodox Jews shouted and pushed participants, finally leading to the police being called to monitor the area. The ceremony was organized by the right-wing Im Tirtzu organization and ultra-Orthodox wing of the Likud party. For ultra-Orthodox Jews, also known as the Haredim, serving in the army is extremely controversial. Levenstein joined the army in spite of his rabbi's and family's wishes. He was gunned down by Jordanian terrorists as he was guarding the Damia Bridge. There were a handful of people on a different religious spectrum that attended the ceremony. There were many Haredim in black velvet yarmulkes, but most of the crowd were modern Orthodox Jews, as well as secular Jews and one Druze Israeli, Likud minister Ayub Kara. Minister Ayub Kara states, quote, "Not even over his dead body would he allow a Haredi soldier to feel ashamed of his service," end quote. At the end of the day, there's only tension that needs to be overcome, and organizers hope that next year there will be more supporters and a larger crowd to drown out the protesters. Though the stabbing intifada, as it's become known over the last year and a half, has largely subsided, Israeli fears of growing tensions that could lead to war have not subsided. One powder keg lies in the threatening rhetoric and actions between Israel and Syria and Iran. The second is between Israel and Hezbollah in the IRGC, and the final one is between Abbas's Fatah party in the West Bank and the Hamas terror organization in Gaza. All of these tense relationships could either directly lead to a war involving Israel, or at least could cause spillover violence. Coupled with the major changes in the military over the past few months, including the trial of Elor Azaria and the integration of mixed-gender services, the army is worried about manpower. A Haaretz article in January reported that young men are moving away from combat units to more risk-free and convenient divisions. Among the countermeasures for this trend are promoting organic platoons, where anyone who doesn't go to a commander's course moves on with his comrades in the platoon to a veteran company and then joins them for reserve duty. The social support their platoon comrades provide helps people remain in combat positions despite the burnout these positions entail. Now for another tech highlight coming out of the Holy Land, Israel's Hadassah Ein Kerem Hospital in Jerusalem has just performed the world's first dual robot surgery in history. The 42-year-old patient underwent the surgery on April 23rd after suffering severe spinal fractures in a factory accident. A steel object fell on him, pinning him to the ground, fracturing his leg in 2 places, and breaking 6 of his spinal vertebrae. But after the surgery, the patient is expected to walk. The 3-hour surgery was performed by the 2 robots, Siemens Artis Zigo, and the Renaissance guidance system. The Renaissance, which was developed by Mazor Robotics in Israel, is a system to place screws accurately and safely. The Siemens Artis Zigo, according to Hadassah, enables smoother, swifter, and trouble-free patient positioning and execution procedures. According to the hospital team, the Renaissance and Artis Zigo systems communicated throughout the whole minimally invasive surgery, which, according to the overseeing surgeon, was then able to insert 11 screws into the patient's spine with clinical exactitude. This marks an incredible stepping stone in the advancement of medical technology. That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.